going to concentrate on the lower part of our body. So we're going to be working on retraining our glutes, a bit of hip mobility, and working on ankles and calves. So first of all, we're going to start in a standing position, and we're going to start with what we call the foot series. So when you initially start, just settle yourself in the correct position. Is the pelvis in neutral? So just a couple of pelvic tilts just to warm the body up. It's certainly been 2 weeks since I've done any Pilates, so really need to wake the body up, get the joints moving. So when you've done about 6 or so pelvic tilts, just bring it into that neutral position. Then you're going to open your collarbones nice and wide, relax the shoulders down, sink them down. Then relax the ribs into the back. Rather than flaring and giving ourselves some extension, you want to bring them back. Soften the knees slightly and just tuck the chin ever so gently, as if you were holding a peach. So first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to go up onto your tiptoes. Now if you struggle with balance, you can have like a dining room chair or something to hold on to. So soft knees, come up onto your tiptoes. Arms out in front if you need balance. Then you're going to drop the left ankle and the right knee will bend. Then you're going to lift up to both and then drop the right and up. So just do a couple of those. So drop the left, the right knee will bend. Back up onto your tiptoes, drop the right, the left knee will bend. Okay? So we're going to just fasten that up a little bit. So come up onto your tiptoes, then drop the left and bend the right, and then just alternatively then move to the other. So rather than that stop gap in the middle, you're now going to switch nice and easily to either side. Keeping sure that that pelvic control, really think about your pelvic floor at this point. Imagine you were sort of stopping mid-flow to go to the toilet. Really draw up. And then when you do carry on this exercise, watch for your knees to see if they're going in and out. If you struggle, if they are, use a ball and just try and maintain the ball. It will move with you, so it shouldn't drop. So just break it down first of all, and then you can speed it up. Good. Okay, have a quick break. At this point, if you have any weights handy, if you grab hold of them. So same position again, bring the arms up to 90 degrees and bend. So just hold them first of all and just do a couple of rotations. Good. Now lower the arms. Now as you lift one leg, you're going to swap alternatively. So if you just want to hold the weights out the front, or you can do it a bit like a march. So as one goes down, the other one goes up. So I tend to do, if the straight leg comes with the arm down. So just do 10, really keeping that pelvic control and not extending the back as you lift your arms. So just nice and slow. Take some big inhales and exhales, warm the ribs up, the intercostals in between, warming the shoulder joints up, and the calves should be feeling nice and warm. So we're going to do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And relax. Pop your weights down. So just going to wake up the legs a little bit more. So you're going to come into a wide squat stance. So feet need to be at sort of 45 degrees. Really think about your knees coming out towards your toes rather than inwards. Then pelvis tucked underneath, ribs relaxed. So arms are going to come up to 90. You're then going to rest one, extend, and stretch. Hold for 3. 1, 2, 3. Back to the squat position. Lean on this arm, other leg extends and reach. 1, 2, 3. Back. Is your pelvis still tucked? Knees nice and wide. Lean on the arm, extend and stretch. Good. Lean and extend. So really think about reaching this arm up and away. And down. Shake the legs a minute. And then we're going to do 2 more again. So into the wide squat, arms at 90. Lean over, weight transfers onto this side. Lean onto the arm and extend. Really try and lengthen. This needs to be nice and long. Lift up towards the ceiling. There shouldn't be much pressure coming through here. And back to the wide squat. Weight shifts and stretch. 1 more on either side. Really stretch. Good. Lift, reach with this arm all the way up. And back to the squat. Good, and relax. We're going to come into our roll downs now. So feet shoulder width apart, pelvis in neutral. Pop your hands on the front of your thighs, shoulders down and relax. And 1 vertebra at a time, starting with tucking in your chin. You're going to slowly roll down. Think about the weight distribution in your feet. Are you maintaining an arch? Can you feel the pressure into the balls of your feet? Soften the knees and just come down to as far as you can comfortably. Then, 1 by 1 again with the vertebra, peel yourself up. Think about being a C shape and just unfolding really slowly. When you reach the top, relax the shoulders down. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, roll yourself down. As you reach the bottom, take a big inhale, and exhale as you come up. Really keep an eye on those feet. Are they relaxed but a good stable base? Last one. Inhale. Exhale and roll down. And as you get to the bottom this time, we're just going to introduce 1 bear walk. So keeping your pelvic control, trying not to shift too much through the hips. Just bring yourself into a plank position. So options for plank, here or here. Just make sure that we're not like this. We want to be nice and controlled with the pelvis tucked. So pick whichever option is better for you. Doesn't matter which one, it's each your own. And when you are ready, we're going to do a plank. So, into your position. Try not to lock out your elbows. Okay, 30 seconds. Off we go. Nice long breaths. Halfway. Keep going. 10 seconds to go. Maintain your neck nice and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come onto your knees. Just give your arms a little bit of a shake. We're getting there with the planks. We started with a couple of seconds. We're now at 30, so that's really good. So we're going to come into our Pilates now. So we're going to start in a prone position, lying on our front. You will need a 1-inch pillow quite close by, but for now the first one you don't need. So come onto lying on your front, and you're going to rest your forehead on your arms. So when we're in this position, we still need to think about how we're setting up. Automatically, you'll want to relax, belly flops onto the mat, extend your back. So think about the pelvic tilt, tuck underneath. Okay? Head should be tucked just slightly. Shoulders relaxed. Try and keep them away from your ears. They're not hunched. So maintaining that pelvic tilt every time with your pelvic floor engaged. We're going to do swimming level 1. So all we're going to do is, using the left leg, we're going to switch on our glutes, which is going to lift up our leg. So just a simple inhale to prepare, exhale and lift, inhale and hold, exhale to drop. So what you'll see is not my my knee bending, it's coming from my hip, but as I do that I'm not extending. I always call that a sort of a floppy fish. You don't want to be a floppy fish. This has to maintain stability, and it's just coming from the leg. So we're going to do 8 on one side, and then we'll do 8 on the other. So when you're ready, forehead onto your hands, tuck the pelvis in, switch on your glutes, and then we're going to lift up the left one. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Relax. We're going to go straight on to the right side. So engaging the pelvis every time. Really draw up through the pelvic floor as if you were stopping and going to the toilet. When you're ready, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You kindly move yourself out of the way of the camera, that would be good, Doug. So now we're going to do 8 alternates. So we practiced on either side. Your glutes should start to be waking up now. So we're now going to do alternate. Every time that pelvis is engaged. So when you're ready, start with the left. Lift up, and as you drop that leg, you're going to lift up the other. So if you imagine if you were kicking while you were swimming, still not a knee bend. It's all coming from the hips, okay? So take your time, inhale to prepare, exhale and lift. When you're ready, 8 we're going to do. Relax the shoulders, tuck the pelvis. When you're ready, so lift the left. And as we drop the left, we lift the right. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So you should find that your hips should not be rocking from side to side. It should all be coming from your glutes. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Told you I forget how to count. So now we're going to step up a little bit and introduce the arms. So make sure you've got some room in front of you. We're going to introduce swimming level 2. So arms out in front. You'll need your 1-inch pillow for this one. Just rest your forehead. Extend your arms. Tuck the pelvis in, and we're going to lift our left arm straight up and down. Same again with the right. Tuck your pelvis in, lift up and down. So it should only come from your shoulder. You shouldn't be rocking side to side. So give that a go, 8 on each side. But try alternative this time. So when you're ready, inhale to prepare, exhale and lift, inhale and hold, and exhale. Just give the other side a go. So inhale to prepare, exhale and lift, inhale and hold, and exhale and drop. Good. Try that a couple of times, and once you've got the hang of it, let's try alternative. So off we go. We're going to do 8 each side. And when you're ready, off you go. Maintain the pelvis. Make sure it's nice and tucked. You don't need to be lifting your arm too high. You should make sure your elbows are nice and straight. Glutes should still be engaged. Pelvis tilted. Pelvic floor engaged. 3 more. Take the deep breath. Good. Okay, last one, we're going to combine 2 to the same. So as we lift our right arm, we lift our left leg. So a bit like swimming, but not. As we're not allowed on planes at the moment, and I should be technically in Mallorca on a sunbed right now. So I'm going to imagine that I'm swimming in the sea. So arms out. So it's lift the right arm, left leg. As you see, I'm still not arching. It's all coming from glutes and shoulder. And it's the same with this side. Engage, lift. You do not have to lift your arms far. It's just off the ground, okay? So let's see if we can do 8 either side. And just breathe on each movement. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It really helps you get a rhythm. So when you're ready, deep breath in. And exhale. And it's alternate. Four. And relax. Good. So we're now going to move into a sideline position. So we're going to try side kick level 2, which I'm not sure we've done before. So you don't need any equipment for this one. If you do find sitting on, you can sit on a 1-inch pillow. So you're going to extend one arm out. So I'm going to go with my right. You're going to bend one knee in front, and then you're going to bend this one with your foot facing this way. So I usually have mine about here. Pelvis has to be in control, because otherwise you just flop forward. So think about your pelvic tilt, relax the ribs. This arm at the moment rests on this knee. Make sure you don't lock out your elbow. You do need a good strong base here. You can always sort of buffer yourself up with pillows and blocks if you need a bit of support here. So in this position, all we are going to do is we're going to lift up with here into a straight line. So I'll break it down first. So we're going to lift up, then as you come to here, you're going to extend here, and then it's down. So you end up being a bit like a C shape at the end of it. Really try and keep in a nice flat line. Some people like to practice it against the wall first, so that they have a bit of stability. I've just painted this 4 days ago, so I'm not leaning against it. So arms out nice and straight, knee bent, this foot over the top, facing this way. This then does move as you bring yourself up. So the power comes from here, and this arm is going to reach up. If you imagine a bit like a laser beam, you're going to point it towards the sky. So pause the video, give it a little go, and break it down. So it's just a lift, extend, then that final push, up and down, okay? So we're going to try and do 6 of those if we can. Just take it nice and slow. Pause the video, take it in your own time. When you're ready, nice big inhale, exhale, lift, inhale here, exhale, push, inhale and hold, exhale, come back down. Good. So 5 more to go. As I said, pause if you want. Relax the elbow, really try not to lock it out. When you're ready, off we go. Push and down. Up. Really think laser beam. Push, push, push and down. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling. Inhale Exhale, push. Inhale, exhale, really try and stretch. And back down. 2 to go. Try and return to the same position every time because it just helps reset yourself. Take it at your own pace, okay? 2 more. Really support through here, it's good strength. Tuck the pelvis in, lift. And down. Last one, right up. Stretch, lazy beam, shooting. And down. Good. Just fold your legs and just twist your arms around. And the other way. Good. So we're going to come into the other side straight away. Give it a little go. So bend the leg here, foot over the top, pointing towards that way. Arm here. Now you will be better on one side than the other. This is my worst side, so I'm probably going to wobble all over the place. So tuck the pelvis in, arm out, as if you were pointing this way. Then as you come up, you've got to push your hips forward into a straight line, okay? So pause the video again if you want to, take it your own time. Just try and complete 6. So deep breath in, and exhale and lift as far as you can. Inhale, exhale, and then controlled back down. Lift again. And back down. Inhale, exhale, and back down. So this is your supporting leg, so really grip through here. You can always use your sticky socks, or you can wear trainers if you find it a bit easier. Just if you've got a slippery mat. 3 more to go. Lift and push and down. Definitely wobblier. 2 more to go. Pelvis in neutral. Lift and down. Really reset every time. Collarbones wide. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, really push up and down. Good. Arms crossed. Good. We're now going to come onto our backs. So 1-inch pillow nearby for the second exercise. So we're going to do a pelvic bridge level 1 and 2. So all you need is either a ball or the bigger pillow. So whatever you've got handy, or a rolled up towel if you haven't got either. So we're going to start with pillow in between our knees. Arms relaxed by our sides, collarbones wide, ribs tucked in, peach between our chin. Take a moment just to take a couple of deep breaths. You'll find your heart rate was probably raised by the last exercise. Good. When you've sort of brought your breaths down again, a couple of pelvic tilts. Find that neutral. When you're ready, we're going to start with pelvic bridge. So we're going to pretend each vertebra, we're going to roll up and lift. If your hamstrings start to cramp, just bring them a little bit closer to your bottom with your heels. So arms relaxed, no pillow here because that will compromise your neck. So when you're ready, deep breath in. Exhale and peel one at a time. When you get to a diagonal, you're going to take an inhale, and then you're going to exhale and slowly peel. Good. Now if you can repeat 8 of those, make sure you've still got this because it engages your adductors at the same time and just keeps that knee stability. So pause if you want to do more, but we're going to go off with 8. So inhale to prepare. Exhale and lift. Inhale and hold. Exhale and lower. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Really think about mobilising each vertebra at a time. Think about your feet. Are you gripping to the floor for dear life? Or can you evenly put 50% of your weight through each foot? Can you feel the heels of your feet sunken into the mat? Can you feel the ball of your big toe and the ball of your little toe? So think of it as 3 points. Could you say evenly that your weight is distributed through both? Now with your pelvis, imagine that you've got a drinks tray balanced here. If it was me, it is a Wednesday, so it's Wine Wednesdays. So keep that tray of drinks steady as you lift up. It shouldn't be rocking from side to side. And then lower down, it should feel nice and still. If you're not sure, just use your hands as a bit of a guide. Lovely. Now when you've done your 8, we're going to now come into a level 2. So the pillow still needs to remain, and all this is going to be is with a leg extension. So we're going to be pretty ballerinas. So I'll show you it first. Same principle to start. Tuck the pelvis underneath, roll the vertebra off the mat. So roll. Then when we reach the hold position, you're going to extend, back, and roll down. Okay, so when you extend, you don't want to rock side to side. You have to keep that nice and braced, and it will take all the stress. So take your own time. We're going to do 4 on each side to start. So same principle. If it's too much, just stick to the level 1s and repeat 8 of those again. Whatever your body feels comfortable with. So lift up. When we've reached our position, extend the right, return, and back down. Straight up, and we're going to do alternate. Lift the other. Keeping this should not drop. And down. Roll. Extend. Down. If you do want to make it a little bit harder, you can do one leg at a time without coming back down. But make sure you can do it well the first time. So carry on with your 8 if not. If not, lift up. Extend, return, extend, return, lower. But you must make sure that you do your inhales and your exhales. You've got to get that control. So 3 more if you haven't already finished. Let's do another 3. Good. Any arrangement that you want to do, you can stick with a level 1. Good. And when you've done your 8, nice and relaxed. You can get rid of your big pillow. Grab a little towel or your 1-inch pillow and tuck underneath. So now we're going to finish off just with a level 1 and 2 hip twist. So first of all, your feet need to be hip width apart for the first one. Find your key elements. When you're ready, ribs relaxed, pelvis in neutral, collarbones wide. You're going to drift out your right leg. Foot stays on the floor but twists. Other hip stays still. Just going to come out to about 45 degrees. And then back up. Going to go straight onto the other side. We drift out to 45 degrees. And back again. Same again. Drift. And back out. So the other knee should stay completely still while you're doing this. So don't drift the hip too far if you find it's wobbling away. if you're not quite sure, use a TheraBand, tuck it around the one that isn't moving, and then drift the leg out. And that will just let you know if it's wobbling at all. If you want to make it harder, you can loop the TheraBand round, tie it in a knot, and then as you do this exercise, you pull against the TheraBand and back up. But you have to make sure you keep the pelvic control. Don't make it more difficult if you're not ticking off the boxes with the basics, because otherwise you're not getting the most out of it. So let's do 5 more on each side. Feet hip width apart, pelvis in neutral, drift the leg. So it's all about hip dissociation. Can you move a limb without anything else moving? Your hips should move by themselves. It's a nice little hip mobility one if you've got quite stiff hips or a bit of arthritis in your hips, but also a bit of a glute strengthener as well. So pick whichever option you would like. Do you want to put the TheraBand around the knee that's wibbling a little bit? Or do you want to wrap the TheraBand in a loop? Or just stick with the basics. Level 1 hip twist. So inhale, exhale and drift. Inhale and hold. And exhale and bring it back. Good. Keep that chin tucked in, just as if you were holding a little peach, and the collarbones creating a nice big smile. Good. If you want to do more sets, pause the video. If not, we're going to move on to a hip twist level 2. So this time your feet will be stacked, so bring them in together. Now if you want to make this one a little harder, you can pop a ball underneath your pelvis, so just slightly deflated. So you can pop that here if you want to make it a little bit harder. But we'll start with the basics first. So arms out nice and wide. And then what you're going to do is, using the control that you've gained through here, you're going to drift the legs over to the right. So this foot should then become stacked onto the right. And as you go over to that side, you're going to look to the opposite side. Then using your control, you're going to bring the legs back up without pushing here. And then you're going to go to the other side. So nice and slow. Good. Using the control, pull up here. And bring them back to neutral. Good. So repeat that 4 times on each side. Bring up. Good. So each time you drift over, you should be looking the opposite way. The inhale. Exhale and drift. Inhale and hold, and exhale, bring back to the middle. If you want to step up one more gear, come into a double tabletop. Repeat the same exercise. So double tabletop, pelvis in neutral, arms extended, and you're just going to drift as far as you can comfortably. About 45 degrees. Back to the middle. Drift to the other side. And back. Keep 90. Drift. And back. So complete whichever level you would like to do. Just make sure you've done at least 8 of each. In this position, we're just going to have a bit of a stretch. So you're going to bring your left leg over onto your right thigh. If you can, you're going to loop through and you're going to grab hold. Keeping this hip nice and wide. Bring towards your chest, relax your shoulders. We're going to hold that for 20 seconds. If it's a bit of a struggle to loop your arms round and you feel like you're quite tense, wrap a towel through or your TheraBand and you can hold instead. Okay? If that's still a bit too much, you can just in this position push the knee and hold here. So any variant, whichever suits you best. So just a nice 20 seconds, concentrate on your breathing, nice deep inhales and exhales. When you've done your 20 seconds, lower the leg down, unfold and switch to the other side. So you'll find one hip will probably open up a bit easier than the other. When you're ready, lift up and draw towards you. Relax your shoulders. You should feel a nice stretch sort of here into your glutes and your piriformis muscle. Nice deep breaths, inhale and exhale. Good, unravel. And then just bring yourself up to a seated position. You're going to have one leg extended and you're going to bend the other one tucked in. So what I'm going to get you to do is you're going to face towards this leg, so not at an angle. Bring your arms up, bending from the pelvis, not from your arms. Bend forward as far as you can and hold your toes. So it's not a crunch, it's a from the pelvis. As you know, I'm not flexible, so just go as far as you can. If you struggle, same again. Towel and pull the foot towards you. Deep breaths. Good. When you've held for 20 seconds, you're going to swap over. So one leg straight, tuck the other one in. Come bend from the hips, arms up straight, bend forward. Grab your toes if you can, if not, hold your calf. Nice deep breaths. Feel a nice stretch through your hamstrings. Good. Then come into a seated position. You can either, if you struggle crossing your legs, have your legs out straight, if not, cross them over. So we're just going to do a nice spinal stretch. So you're going to cross your arms, going to look down, and you're just going to look down and push your elbows forward slightly. So it's a bit like you're going into a C shape. So arms, push, as if you were resting on a table. 10 seconds, deep breaths. Alternatively, you can use a ball, so if you've got one nearby, use that. If not, we're going to just use our hands. So you're going to walk forward with your hands, just as far as you can. Try and keep your sitting bones still onto the mat. Just stretch forward as far as you can. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring yourself back up. Lovely. So we're going to do our final stretch, which is going to have us standing. So practice getting off without putting your hands down. So you can do ladylike or you can do straight up. So in a standing position, shoulder width apart. Keep your elements always ticked off. So you're going to reach up your right arm and you're going to lengthen the left and and just reach as if you were going to push a button, keeping a nice straight line. Hold, and then using this bit, bring yourself back up. So we're just going to do 3 on either side. Really stretch. Body should be nice and warm by now. And the other side. One last one, either side. Last one for luck. Really stretch as if you're really pressing into something. And back. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Good, and that is your Pilates class all finished. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below on the YouTube video, and if not, I will see you next time.